So
Well, team has selected a Dean Oakley in the middle. It'd be interesting to play him in the centre, wouldn't it?
Christian Hyland and Dan O'Connor in there with him, so I'd say Yates will be doing the ruck work against Jamie Weiss. Russell Hearn in there.
I think Nick and Troy are both going to play centre half forward by the look of this.
Yeah, standing next to each other.
Dean Oakley and Weiss will be a good contest, I think.
Brad Scown, Russell Hearn and Dave Tajani in the middle with Jamie Weiss for North Geelong. Umpire Farnsworth with the ball, just checking with both captains to make sure everything's okay. And Kane Harrington's had the number 1 too. At centre half forward, no hair on his head as Marcus Forbes stands him. Start of the first term, Thomson and North Geelong. Round 11, match day live. It'll be Yates and Weiss. Yates gets the first tap down towards Ferguson, who tapped it to the opposite centre wing position. Can't pick it up though as Hesselwood running through the middle. Feldman got it towards half forward. Mitchell can't pick it up, needs some support. O'Connor comes across, great pick up close to the boundary line. Kick around the corner towards half forward, but Gibbs gets across and takes the mark for the Magpies. Thought about switching to Fisher, but a little bit dangerous with Nick Maharis standing in between. So he goes along the line towards centre wing. It's a good kick too. And Weiss takes the mark, plays on quickly by hand, gives it away to Friars, goes to centre half forward, Scowns found some space, didn't take the mark, could have got a free kick, did. And Dan O'Connor a little bit late there with the tackle, so Brad Scown will take it. Jason Stein better be quick with the footy back. And he is now, used up every second.
That's not Sanders, is it, number 1?
Is it Sanders? It might be, you might be right too, it is. It is Sanders, and he goes with a left foot kick long towards full forward. Getting across there, Aitchison in game number 150. Tries to toe poke it around the corner towards the boundary line. Forbes over the top, handball, missed its target. Now it's a turnover. Hall went right, went left, came back, handballed. Away to Dragicevic, got held on to Ferguson, should kick the goal.
Missed it.
All very close. Goal umpire says, 1 behind. Ferguson turns around, can't believe it, but it is 1 behind. So they start with the behind North Geelong. Thomson yet to score, and we've been playing 1.5 minutes.
Well, I think the goal umpire got in a reasonable position, Laurie, so there's not too many arguments about the decision. It was a behind. Unfortunately, with that tail bruise, the ball's gone a fair way through the goal. So
yeah, I don't think he quite timed it off the boot, I think, and just sort of didn't get it back. He just needed to get it back just a touch.
And I know that Ferguson is wearing number 6 instead of 46 today. And Cranage, I still haven't got a number for him, but we've now got Forbes with the football back in the goal square. We'll kick in for Thomson. Only been playing 2 minutes so far. Well, he's got plenty of elevation. It's going to be just outside 50 from behind. The ball's tapped forward to Hyland. Handball to Oakley. Looking for a handball back. Finds Hyland eventually. Now Hyland kicks it towards half forward. At the back was Coley. It falls to the front to Hood. Handball over to Stone. Stone runs goalward. Kicks the footy. Doesn't kick it too well though. But the answering behind very, very quickly has come to the Thomson side off the boot of Shane Stone. So it takes the score to 1 behind each on the Victory Trophy scoreboard. 2.5 minutes gone. They moved the ball pretty well up the ground, Laurie.
Oh, they certainly did. It was very encouraging the way they moved that ball up there. Nice hand ball to Hoodie, I think it was, and just couldn't quite finish it off Stoney.
McDermott kicks in towards half back, looking for Fisher, goes up off hands of Coley there as well. Numbers with the Magpies though. Handball to Russell Hearn, standing on centre wing, turns around, chips the ball towards half forward. Hall takes the mark, plays on quickly. Right foot kick, tumbling off the boot towards Dragicevic on a lead, can't take it. Longstaff there as well. Through the middle, Hall left it behind though. Aitchison handball to the wide open spaces. Scown to make up some ground. Also over there was Baxter. Goes it back towards Sanders. He's wrapped up outside 50. Umpire will come in and ball it up. So it will be a ball up for North Geelong. Just into attack. Yates up against Hesselwood in the ruck contest. Hesselwood got it down. Stein running back with the flight of the footy. Dragisevic's there as well. Left it behind though. And Roberts to run away. Ferguson makes up a bit of ground, but he got the kick away towards Oakley. Can't pick it up. Weiss behind him. Gets around him. Does well. Or handball to nobody in the end. Zitko over the top. Needs to handball it away. Tried to. Comes back towards the boundary line. Forbes puts on a Shepherd. And the ball in the end is out of bounds. Dean Oakley and Mario Zitko not happy with each other.
Exchange a few pleasantries.
Played in the league footy together a few years ago in the under-17s. So boundary throw in. Still inside of the attacking zone for North Geelong. Yates up against Weiss. Used the body. Weiss tried to handball it to Hearn. Came back towards Weiss. Loses it in the tackle. Ferguson in there as well. Handball by O'Connor. Goes towards Oakley. Now Rocco rides a couple of bumps. Then tries to get the ball back. Coming across, Fisher can handball to Harrington. Back on the left if he can. He does. Towards centre half forward. Good kick. Sanders to run onto it. Will it sit for him? Highland against him as well. Hall coming in, 2-on-1. North Geelong, Sanders chips the ball to Heselwood. Okay, and he takes the mark. So Heselwood, they're filling the hole though. Yates is in front of Zitko. He goes long. It'll be 2 or 3 on 1. Zitko uses the body, a push in the end. Play on the call at the back. Running away Baxter, but nothing to kick to. Safety the boundary line at half back and finds it. We'll have a boundary throw in.
So number 17, Jace, you reckon is Hall, not Kennedy as in the program?
I believe so.
Yeah, I don't know Hall. The junior player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was wearing 22 at one stage, but in fact it might be Kennedy.
So the ball thrown in now. Forbes gets the push in the back. Highland, handball out to Nick Maharis on the left foot to half forward. Mark dropped there by Mitchell. Coming back on the footy is Hood. Off the left foot under pressure. Tries to get the ball away, but Fisher of North Geelong chips in. Great smother there by Hood. Ball in the middle of the ground. Hits the deck. Running through strongly after the football is O'Connor. Can't take control of it, however. Pushing the back. Play on, said the umpire. It goes out.
It is Kennedy.
That's Kennedy.
Yep.
Kennedy can't control the footy. Handball over the top to Gibbs. Eludes the tackle. Gets on the right foot and kicks it towards the half-forward area. And there's Weiss dropping into the hole there. And Jamie Weiss for North Geelong takes the mark. Lovely low pass there. Unfortunately, Harrington can't stretch to take the mark. Coming back on the ball is Forbes. Gets it to the middle. Maharis trips over himself. Lucky enough, he gets up. Handball to Forbes. Handball to Acoli. Thomson are just outside 50. The leads come from Troy Maharis at full forward. Can't control the footy, however. And ball kicked back to the middle of the ground. Man on his own there, Christian Highland. Takes the chest mark. The lead from the forward area. Well, Troy Maharis, if he didn't get the mark, he certainly earned the free kick over the shoulder. And just outside the 50-metre arc, Troy Maharis of Thomson has got the free kick. Umpire putting him round on rather an acute angle, although he's a fair way from goal. The goals are pretty open from there, but it will take an excellent kick into this breeze. So Troy Maharis, we know, can kick the football toward the boundary on the left foot. Makes good contact and a land in the goal squig. Big pack there, comes to ground. Chasing the footy pretty hard is Tajani. Can't control it. In fact, Hood puts him over the boundary line with the football, and it'll be thrown in. So it's 7 minutes into the first quarter, one behind each, with the boundary umpire 5 metres from the behind post. Puts the ball in. Good tap away there for North Geelong. Comes to ground. O'Connor, well, he took a while to pick it up. Well, finally got around. He turned his opponent inside out, runs goalward, and is offline. So good effort from O'Connor. Unfortunately, couldn't finish the job. 2 behinds, Thomson. Lead North Geelong 1 behind. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 7 minutes gone.
Yes, well, it's a good contest at the moment. North Geelong are getting the ball into the corridor, but they're just not getting scoreboard pressure at the moment, and they've got to make sure that they can do that, because I think there is a 2 or 3 goal win advantage going to the end of the ground.
So McDermott from fullback for North Geelong to kick the ball back into play. He's got Heselwood down the middle. Weiss there also. Likes to come towards the half-back flank looking for Fisher. Over the back, Hearn had the numbers. Oakley runs through. Met by a couple of Magpies. Over the back, Sia Rocco on centre wing. He's wrapped up, loses the footy. Handball to the wide open spaces on centre wing from Gibbs. Hearn to run onto it. Can handball over the top towards Harrington. Now draws a play and give it away to Scown. Terrible handball. Sits for Scown though in the end. 50 metres and closing. Goes long right foot kick and has just missed through for 1 behind to Brad Scown. So they lock it up once again, the Magpies. 2 behinds apiece. Victory Trophy's first quarter score with 8 minutes played.
Well, I thought Brad did everything right there. He got from the clear and actually got his head up and had a bit of a quick look. But the wind, I think, or whatever, just astray. But it was a good effort.
Didn't quite bring it back to Bruce, did it? It was a nice, I think, left-hand post was where he needed to go. Forbes now kicks in again. Better kick from him this time. Moving to the front there was Oakley. Can't take the mark. Roberts can't control the ball at ground level. Does well to follow up. Gets it to O'Connor, over the top to Nick Maharis on the wing. He kicks towards half forward, not a real good kick. And in the way there was Chris Fryers for North. He's got a player loose on centre wing, and it's Heselwood. He chips it over to him. He chips it over the top once again. Mark taken by Kennedy. Gets it to the lead there of Harrington at 50. And North Geelong have moved the ball nicely down the ground, down the outer wing. And now we have Harrington. The man on the mark is at about 40. And probably the breeze almost directly behind Kane Harrington as he'll kick for goal. So North Geelong in attack. as Harrington moves in. Nice looking kick off the
Beautiful
boot.
kick.
And the goal umpire's pretty happy. The North Geelong players are very happy. And Kane Harrington has kicked their first goal. First goal of the game. 1-2, 8 North Geelong. They lead Thomson 2 behind. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 9.5 minutes gone.
Yes, well, I'm not quite sure who his direct opponent is. Is it H? He's centre half forward. I just
Forbes, I think. Forbes out there, I think.
Because he's been presenting himself fairly well up there.
There's a few mismatches actually. H looks as
yeah, they're changing now by the looks of it.
Yeah.
So back to the middle. Yates up against Weiss. Free kick found in the middle. We'll go to Thomson. North Geelong player coming in before the ball up. So Yates,
Fergie, I think.
Well, Longstaff.
Longstaff at centre half forward. Yep. So Yates will take the free kick for Thomson. Plays on now. Goes long. And the lead's on from Nick Mahara.
Great grab.
Goes up and takes a great grab on 50. He plays on quickly. Left foot kick around the corner. Pretty good to Josh O'Cole. He takes the mark 30 metres out directly in front.
Pretty good. I reckon it's excellent.
Good
on the wrong foot.
Good skill, non-preferred side.
It was a great grab, though. I mean, we spoke about that prior to the game. I mean, that's the value of Nick Maharis. He's able to come into the team and play very tall and doesn't drop many marks.
So Josh O'Cole, who kicked 5 last week, comes in and kicks number 1 for round 11.
He's on the board.
He is. He's kicked 1 and Thomson are on the board as well. They square things up. 1-2, 8 apiece. And that is at the 11-minute mark of the first term.
Laurie, it's probably a fairly reasonable 11 minutes for Thomson because, as we've mentioned, kicking against the breeze, and they've been able to consolidate and hold the scores even at this point. So they'd be reasonably comfortable with that.
Yeah, I think they would be. I think one player that's playing very well for them is Dan O'Connor. He's getting around the ball, touching the ball a lot, and Thomson a lot. Their desire to get the ball seems to be a lot more intense today than it was 3 weeks ago.
And it's interesting with Dean Oakley and Yates alternating in ruck tap-outs in the middle, and Dean Oakley basically playing from the middle.
Well, he's ruck roving.
So
nice luxury.
So the ball is in the air. Yates beaten on that occasion by Weiss. Comes out, Sia Rocco, runs onto the footy. Can't control it, however. Christian Highland comes back. He overruns the footy. Russell Hearn picks it up. Handball over the top to Sanders. Goes to half forward. Comes off hands. Ferguson with his pace. Picks it up. Hooks it back towards centre half forward. Forbes, name written all over it. Came strongly at the footy and takes the overhead mark. Decides to go straight down the middle, looking for Coley there. Can it come from behind? Strong mark. Plays on quickly. Gets the ball on the right foot. He's got Shane Stone loose on half forward. Thomson moving the ball pretty well. He just chips it forward, looking for Hood. Not in the back, no, said the umpire. Hood, however, dives back on the footy. Now it stacks on the middle. He's going to get pinged for holding the ball. The only bloke that wanted it in the first place, and he gets pinged, Hood. So it's a free kick, North Geelong. They kick back towards centre wing. Weiss got rid of O'Connor there. Doesn't take the mark, however. Rocco, handball to O'Connor. Handball out. Look, Weiss picks it up. Tries to use his strength. Gets a handball to Scown. Coley, good body. Gets him out of the way. Coley.
Great football. Put yourselves in, boys.
So the free kick has gone to Kennedy. Pushed in the back, according to the umpire. Handball to Gibbs quickly. He kicks the ball to half forward. Roberts, big punch, and that's good defensive stuff because Brad Roberts out of position, not able to take the mark, but punched very strongly to the boundary line. 13 minutes gone, first quarter. Scores all tied up, 1-2 apiece. As the boundary umpire, half forward flank for North Geelong. Well, I was going to say, I suspected Weiss pushed his opponent Yates out on that occasion. Now they won't pay advantage. The ball will come back, and Yates for Thomson has the free kick. He's got Baxter short on half-back flank, and he just chips it short. Coley's short again, and he's gone there. So Thomson, they've progressed the ball now outside the defensive 50, and in front of the change rooms here. Coley takes the kick, goes to half forward, big pack there. Oakley besieged by opposition. Handball came from Highland to O'Connor. He's gone backwards 25 metres. He's still running, but gets the kick back to half forward. Mitchell doing battle there with Hall.
Oh, great play.
Comes back. North Geelong, good work there from Hall. Chips it to half forward, and Harrington has taken the mark. He's a bit of a headache at the moment there, Harrington, and there's the lead from full forward from Dragicevic, and has taken the mark. 40 metres out, directly in front. An opportunity to put North Geelong in front once again. So some good attacking football. An entertaining game so far in the first 14 minutes. Dragicevic, left footer. Not a bad looking kick, but I think he's gone across the face of goal to some extent, and the goal umpire agrees. Are behind only to Dragocevic and to North, 139. They lead Thomson 128. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 14.5 minutes gone.
Yeah, well, I think Russell Hearn would be very pleased with North Geelong's attack on the footy, Eric. That's very good. They're putting themselves in. They're just not getting the score on the board at the moment.
So Forbes from fullback for the Tigers. A bit hesitant. He goes towards Oakley. Terrible kick off the boot. Roberts is there. Good shepherd by Oakley. Roberts goes up, takes the mark at half back. Good team play, Dean Oakley. Roberts accepted the mark. Chips it short to Baxter across half back. Nearly at the centre half-back position. Plays on quickly. Goes towards the centre of the ground. Aitchison with a leap from behind. Punched away big time by Weiss. Now tapped on by Nick Maharis towards Highland. Can he pick it up? No, he can't. Second effort was there again. Still couldn't pick it up. Tajani's in there. It's chucked out the back. Now Nick Maharis towards half forward. Leading in the race there is Tajani again. That was Rob. And he sees it over the boundary line. Got the job on Brent Hood this afternoon. Rob Tajani. And they see it over the boundary line for a throw in between wing and half forward on the outer side.
And that's a good matchup.
Mosquito flute, isn't it? 1-on-1.
So I'll throw in. Outer side of the ground. Dean Oakley looks to be running across around the ground as the ruckman. He'll do the ruck work against Hesselwood. Tapped down great front and centre by Nick Maharis. Got a trip as he ran through. So he will take the free kick on centre wing on the outer side for Thomson.
Josh O'Coley now wants to go with him.
Pretty congested centre half forward. Oakley clears out for Feldman and also Troy Maharis. It goes in that direction now. Big thump away at the back. Goes towards the middle of the ground again. Stone turns around, kicks back to whence it came. Or North Geelong should be able to take the mark. Sanders it is. And he'll be able to clear for the Magpies. Was going to handball to Weiss, but he wasn't looking. So he goes further afield to Hesselwood at half back. Outer side takes the mark. Magpies to build from here. Ferguson through the middle. Goes in that direction. Also there Tajani. Big leaps there. Rocco taps it down at centre half forward. Oakley runs through. Handball to O'Coley. Handball back to Stone. He chips the ball over the top to Troy Maharis and he'll take the mark 50 metres out. Wants to move it on quickly because Brent Hood standing by himself 15 metres out. Side angle and we'll shoot for Thomson second.
Poor defence, Laurie, for North.
Yeah, very good. Very poor defence for them. Good play from Thomson though. They switched it on very quickly and got to the player on his own, which you've got to do. I thought Troy might have a ping from there, but he got it over quickly.
For Brent Hood to come in.
He's pretty good
kick the goal. So his first, the second for Thomson. They go to 2-2-14. And they lead the Magpies 1-3-9. That is on the Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. We've been playing 17 minutes.
Well, probably Hood's one of the guys that was missing in a couple of those losses, Laurie, particularly Belmont Lions. He's just that forward pocket goal kicker that they probably need to have.
Well, we saw him early in the year, Eric, and it was out on this ground as well, and he played very well that particular day, and his form just dropped off just a little bit, and as I say, he did miss a couple of games, so you've got to have those little guys. I think Karaya proves that with Keys around the goal square.
And plus the fact if he's in the goal square, it maybe releases Nick Harris out to the wing where at 6'1", like he's a pretty handy wingman.
Yeah, and Nick is actually presenting himself pretty well, and he's getting a fair bit of the footy as well.
So back in the middle with umpire Wheeler-Hand.
Thomson put a lot of thought into their centre play today, I think.
They've certainly done some homework, I agree. Yates, beaten by Weiss on this occasion, gets down to Scown, can't get, well, he finally just gets a kick away, but in the way there is Stein, taps it to Forbes, can't control it. North Geelong on that occasion through Kennedy, hook it out wide, and once again, Harrington has got loose inside the 50-metre arc, and I guess that's an area Thomson would have some concerns about because he's had quite a bit of the ball, Harrington. And the man on the mark now is Baxter, 45 metres from the goal, and Harrington, already the goal kicker for North Geelong, moves in, similar position, kicks it from exactly 50. Glorious kick off the boot. If it's got the distance, it is a goal, and the goal umpire agrees. Right through the middle, just got the distance, but it is a goal. 2 to Harrington, 2 now to North Geelong. They regain the lead, 2-3-15 over Thomson, 2-2-14 Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 18.5 minutes gone.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure whether Forbes is going to be the man to play on Harrington. Eric, they might have to do a bit of a switch there. Might give H the job.
They aren't showing him a lot of respect, are they? And he's kicked 2. So back to the middle.
I mean, H, in my opinion, has got to be the best defender, surely.
Yates Up against Weiss. Umpire throws the ball in the air. Weiss gets it down to Hearn. Oh, fresh air shot by the coach through the middle. Scown kick off the ground towards half forward. Baxter runs back with a fly to the footy. Can he pick it up? Oh, he's under pressure. Scown comes at him and does very well. Sanders, can he keep it in? Yes, he can. Handball back to Dejani. Oh, gets around, does well. Back to Ferguson, off a step towards centre half forward to run onto it, Hesselwood. And also coming out quickly, Zitko. Hesselwood over his head and running free is Riley from half back. Goes towards centre wing for Thomson. Foot race now. Highland gets across there first. Coming in, Hall. Good work, Sam Hall. Put his body on the line. Eric doesn't agree.
Lost it shoulder to shoulder, surely. Might have trodden his foot, but
I think he has, because he's got up. He doesn't look too good. He handballs it off to Gibbs. Now Gibbs off a step towards half forward. Again, Harrington leads, and again, well, Forbes this time does well. Taps it from behind, handball, all through hands. Feldman had to sit and wait for it. He handballs over the top to Yates. He handballs it back to Feldman. Handballs it back to Stone in the middle. They're running Thomson through the centre. Goes towards O'Connor at centre half forward. Takes the mark. Wants to turn around and move it on quickly. Troy Maharis on short. But Dan O'Connor can't actually see anything. He's got the footy held up to guard the sun. He chips the ball over the top. And Feldman kept running and will shoot the goal from 40 metres out. A tight angle, pretty close to the boundary line, but not beyond the experienced Feldman.
I've seen him kick a few from these sort of angles, Laurie, in various footballs, but took the easy way out. Looked for the pass there to Troy Maharis, but unfortunately, I think the North Geelong players have probably seen Troy play, and they picked on it pretty quick.
Well, I think it was actually a poor option, Eric. It's always hard to get that little kick in there in this sort of footy, and someone's always going to drop in there. I think he probably would have been better to have a shot.
Boundary throw in. Yates gets it down towards Troy Maharis. Off a step to Mitchell. Mitchell's kick's partly smothered. Goes towards Highland. Wrapped up by McDermott, not going anywhere. Umpire calls play on. Weiss handball. Came out back towards Troy Maharis. He handballs it just to Nick. Oh, tried the fresh air shot and got a free kick for it.
Yeah, good umpiring there.
Ronaldo would have been happy with the shot out of mid-air, but he missed it. And Sanders has got one for a high tackle against Nick Maharis. So Nick from 50 wants to move it on quickly. Goes towards Acoli. Ferguson from behind. Acoli can't take the marks there. Rocco's there as well. Kick off the ground by Scown. Back towards centre wing. Stein meets it. He's going to go left, going to go right. Handballs it back towards the centre. Stone got the numbers there. He can give it back to Baxter. He can run from the centre now and set something up. Goes with the right foot kick towards half forward. Nick Maharis. Shepherds for brother Troy. In fact, it's Troy Feldman. He chips it over the top towards Highland. Hearn comes against him. Highland, did he take the mark? Umpire said play on. Still in the pocket. And just before Russell Hearn can take it away, the umpire says it's out of bounds, and it will be a boundary throw-in. 30 metres around from the Thomson goal. Thrown in now. Hesselwood with a big punch away towards half-back. Coming at it, Troy Feldman, and he wraps up the North Geelong player in Tajani, and the central umpire will come in to ball it up. 2-3-15 North Geelong, Thomson 2-2-14. We've been playing 22 minutes in the first term.
See Wilson on the ground for North. So, ball up. I think Hall might have gone off injured, actually. From the contest, it was Oakley, got it down. Goes towards a Highland, can hand it over to Yates, who's having a rest in the goal square, and the rest has resulted in a goal for Thomson. His first, and the third for Thomson. They go to 3-2-20, reclaim the lead. North Geelong 2-3-15. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 23 minutes played. Actually, Laurie, we saw Yates go to full forward in the last quarter at the Belmont Lions game, and he kicked a couple of goals, took a couple of big marks, so it's probably not a bad move to put him back up there.
Well, I think he's demonstrated to the entire match committee that he can play forward, so that's a good spot to have him up there if he's going to rest and kick goals, so that's an advantage, but it seemed to be, to me, just a little bit too easy for the Thomson side. Then there's probably not quite enough pressure on in the defence area there then. Well, from the throw-in, I just suspected North, you normally have somebody on the defensive side of the throw-in. North had them on the other side as if they're going to attack from there. Yeah, well, you've got to be aware of that. It was always going to go there, and once it went there, they had the numbers there. So at 23 minutes gone, first quarter. I think Troy Maharis is in the middle now. Swapping around as Weiss beats Oakley on that occasion. Coming across there is Mitchell. Can't pick the footy up, tackle as soon as he does. Ball comes to ground, comes clear. In there is that Longstaff. They work pretty hard as Weiss finally picks up the footy, puts it on the boot very, very quickly because he was under pressure. Basically only kicked it across the ground toward the boundary, and it's landed inside the field of play between wing and half forward for North Geelong, kicking in this first quarter with the breeze to the eastern end of this Godfrey Street Oval. Boundary umpire puts it in. Dean Oakley, glorious tap down, only as far there as Ferguson, picked up by Hall, over to Harrington.
Nice little handball to Russell Hearn. You don't see the coach kick too many goals for North Geelong, but he's kicked one today.
You don't see him miss many either.
No, so great goal, Russell Hearn. And once again, it's given North Geelong the lead. 3-3-21 over Thomson, 3-2-20. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 24 minutes.
Well, I hope we had that. We would have had that on the television with a bit of footage there. I mean, that was just the way you kick a goal. Russell got the footy, got his head up, ran straight and kicked straight, and it was a good result.
And did we get some mention of the trainer, Jason, before the game?
She's helping out Andrew Ferguson there, the secretary of the club, and the coach's wife, Taz Hearn, doing everything at the club at the Magpies. She didn't run out and help her husband after he kicked the goal. They didn't pat him on the back or anything.
That's exactly what they should do.
She said she wasn't going to help him actually this afternoon. Back to the middle. And we see a change. Forbes going back to Dragicevic and Roberts coming up on Harrington, so they've made that switch.
Good move.
Weiss up against Oakley. Oakley gets it down towards Troy Maharis, towards O'Connor. Gets one high, plays on the call. Mitchell gets it away with the right foot towards the lead at half forward from Highland. Tapped away by Gibbs towards Okoli. Mitchell's there again, followed up. Okoli tried to tap it back. Handball by Hesselwood. Highland chops it off towards Hood. It's pretty hot there. Handball by Okoli did very well. Handballed at 20 metres in front towards Dean Oakley. Close to the boundary line. Kick back towards the goals. Feldman from behind punched away by Wilson and through for a rush behind to Thomson. So they go to 3-3-21 and they lock the game up once again. North Geelong 3-3-21. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. 25.5 minutes played.
So back in the goal square. Is that Gibbs doing the kicking in on this occasion?
It is.
So chopping and changing both sides at the moment. The umpire blows the whistle. Suggests to Gibbs he needs to get on with it. Nice looking kick off a step. It's going to be outside 50 at the back of the pack. Hesselwood, can he control it? If he does, they're away north. Well, unfortunately, the boundary umpire a little behind the scene, but suggested Hesselwood was over the line when he took the footy. So the ball's going to come back quite a considerable distance, unfortunately, for North Geelong. So it's back on true centre wing, outer side of the ground. 26 minutes gone, first quarter. Weiss and Oakley, in front Oakley. Lovely tap down to Okoli. His handball to Siricolo put him under a bit of pressure there.
Well, he was standing still, and what's the old rule?
Yeah, never handball
the people standing still.
Exactly right. But Sirocco probably, had he broken clear, was away, but didn't get clear. Oakley again against Weiss, tap down, goes to North Geelong, onto half forward, and there's a much better defensive work by Roberts on his opponent now, Harrington, and picking up the footy, kicks it back towards centre wing and over the boundary line. Not on the full. So just forward of centre, the ball out of bounds once again. So we've got Oakley out there with Weiss coming from the side. Oakley used the body, handball back to O'Connor, eludes a tackle, kicks it round the body, back to half forward. Hearn in good well. A free kick there to Hood, not seen by the umpire, and Russell Hearn kicks the ball wide. The lead has come from Longstaff, and on centre wing, has taken the mark ahead of Aitchison. So Longstaff now on the left foot. Was a pretty good lead by Roberts, and Longstaff honoured it pretty well. But Russell Hearn does well. Throws the ball back to a teammate. Can't pick it up. The ball, Rocco does well in there. Stein, he puts the head down, wants the footy. And the umpire said, we're not going too far, as Roberts might have copped one just in front of the change rooms there. And
right on the point of their shoulder, which hurt.
Okay, so he looks like coming off very quickly.
Edwards on.
And Edwards on the ground. So the umpire in front of the change rooms here puts the ball in the air once again. This time Weiss gets the tap down. Hearn to Longstaff, just drops it to Longstaff. No free kick, it stacks on the mill once again. And a rather untidy passage of play in the last minute or so, but it is 28 minutes into the first quarter. Thomson desperate, I would assume, for North Geelong not to get another goal late in this first quarter. Weiss gets a nice tap forward for North Geelong. Running onto it there, Nick Maharis gets the foot to the footy, back to the middle of the ground. Mitchell, well, held without the footy. He's good enough to get down to ground level. Fantastic mark at half-back by Rob Tajani. And he plays on quickly, kicks it wide, out looking for a teammate in Hesselwood out there. Doesn't take the mark, ball comes to ground. Hesselwood just toe pokes it along the ground to his advantage, gets it around the corner looking for his teammate, but Dragovic coming from full forward, takes the footy, poor handball on his part. Rocco can't pick it up either. Dragovic still in there, tackle high. Umpire, well, I think he missed that one because he's blown the whistle. And in fact, he's going to put the ball in the air, 55 metres from the North Geelong goal. So ball goes up. Good tap down by Weiss, comes back to him. It's on the left foot, goes out. Edwards is there for Thomson, can't pick the footy up. And off his body, the ball goes toward the boundary line between wing and half forward on the outer side here at Godfrey Street.
I just see Jamie Weiss get a bit of a knock there. They can ill afford to lose him. He's doing quite well on the ruck.
Yes, so Weiss, he does the ruck work, gets it down. Ferguson runs inside 50 with his pace. He's put it on the boot, and that's a magnificent kick by Ferguson.
He's wearing number 6.
He is, and that's his first goal. North Geelong 4-3-27 now lead. Thomson 3-3-21. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, almost 30 minutes gone.
Yeah, well, that was a lovely goal, Eric. Just shows the skill that Fergie's got, and once you bite clear of that pack, there was only going one place, and that was through the middle of the goals. Jamie Weiss seems to be okay now.
He'll do the ruck work against Dean Oakley.
It's a good contest.
Thomson have only got 2 in the middle with Dean Oakley, so they're outnumbered here. But they get it to O'Connor. Can he pick it up? No, he can't. On hands and knees, Dave Dejani it is. O'Connor, handball. In there fighting hard for it, Stone as well. Still in the middle, Stone on hands and knees. Did he get a push in the back? Yes, said the umpire, and Shane Stone, the coach of the Thomson side, to take the free kick in the middle. Lead on from Yates. Also by Coley, then Feldman across half 40. Goes in that direction now. Feldman goes up third in line. Coley's there as well. Second effort, tried to get it away towards Oakley. Handballed it out towards Hood. Up against him, Wilson. Wants the safety of the boundary line. Hood kept it in. Now Fry's over there fighting hard for it as well. And the ball has been shuffled over the line for a throw in. Left half forward flank. Thomson into attack. Late stages of the first term. Oakley up against Weiss. Short throw in. In front was Fryers. The umpire has paid a push, and it's going to Thomson.
I reckon he paid a Shepherd.
A Shepherd, was it?
Yeah, because he just propped in front of Dean Oakley, had no run at the football at all from the throw-in.
Well, that's good umpiring. You're not allowed to do that.
It was a short throw-in, though.
Yeah, but the guy was just standing in his path.
So Dean Oakley will have a set shot for goal, 40 metres out, 45-degree angle, to try and square things once again on the siren. So 4-3-27 North Geelong. And Thomson are 3-3-21 at this stage. Oakley to come in and square things up, and he has done exactly that. Straight through the middle, Dean Oakley, for a good finish to the quarter for Thomson. And at quarter time, it is 4-3-27 apiece. North Geelong goals. Kane Harrington 2, Russell Hearn and Andrew Ferguson singles, while Dean Oakley, Josh Oakley, Andrew Yates and Brent Hood have the singles for Thomson. It's all square at the first change. 4-3-27 apiece. We'll take a break.